They locked me in here 36 hours ago, and the smell of bleach is so thick I can taste metal on my tongue. The door has a window, no latch on my side. The nurse who brings meals won't meet my eyes. They told me it was protocol, exposure risk, standard procedure after filing the report. But I've worked in these buildings for 6 years, and I know what a real quarantine looks like. This isn't one. Let me take you back 72 hours. Back to when I still believed the system worked the way they told us it would. Back to the moment I pressed play on the body cam footage and heard a voice I recognized. A voice everyone on this base would recognize. The complaint came through standard channels. Junior officer. Unrestricted reporting. That means investigation, command notification, the whole machine. I logged it, pulled the evidence, started the review. The footage was clear. Timestamp intact. Audio clean. The general's son, caught on tape, his voice unmistakable. Not a question of identity. Not a gray area. Just fact. I filed a report through proper channels, triggered the investigation, sent the notification up the chain, did everything by the book they hand you on day one. The book they swear will protect you if you follow every line. 6 hours later, the medical officer showed up at my door. Routine wellness check, he said. Standard post-report support. His hands shook when he logged my vitals. He wouldn't look at me. Not once. That was the first red flag. The second was the silence. No base-wide alerts. No notifications about an outbreak. No other personnel in this wing. Just me, a locked door, and the smell of bleach that never fades. The third was the knock at my door 20 hours in. I opened it, and there he stood, the general himself. No escort, no protocol, no protective gear. Just a man in uniform, standing too close, asking me if I'd reconsidered my interpretation of the footage. Not asking me to review it, not offering support, asking me to reconsider what I saw. What I heard, what I documented with timestamps, and metadata and every procedural safeguard they ever taught me. He didn't raise his voice, didn't threaten, just stood there, calm as glass, and asked me if I was sure. If I wanted to put my career on the line for one clip, one complaint, one junior officer who might not even want this to go forward. I told him the officer filed unrestricted. That means investigation. That means I don't have a choice. He smiled. He actually smiled. Then he left without another word. The fourth red flag came 6 hours after that. The base psychiatrist. Wellness visit, he said. Making sure I was handling the stress, offering support. Every question circled back to the same place. Was I sleeping? Was I eating? Was I feeling overwhelmed? Was I confident in my judgment under pressure? He never said the word unreliable. He didn't have to. I'm back in the present now, 54 hours in. The walls are white, the floor is white, the light never changes. I've counted the tiles, I've counted the hours. I've counted every breath it takes to stay calm. When every instinct screams that this is wrong. The chaplain visited this morning. Kind voice, soft eyes. He sat across from me and suggested, gently, that maybe I'd misunderstood what I saw in the footage. That stress can warp perception. That I should consider the bigger picture, the impacts on the unit, the morale, the mission. I asked him when he last reviewed body cam evidence. When he last sat through investigator training, when he last read the policy on retaliation and reprisal. He didn't answer, just patted my hand and left. Do you see it yet? The shape of the machine? The way it moves when you threaten something it wants to protect. They're not questioning the footage. They're questioning me. The escalation came this afternoon. The medical officer returned. He brought a form, said it was for my well-being, a statement. Just a formality, something to close out the wellness file. He needed my signature. He needed it now. I read the form. It referenced a review meeting, a date 3 days from now. A meeting I hadn't been told about. A meeting that didn't exist on any schedule I'd seen. I asked him why the form was dated today if the meeting was 3 days out, why he needed my signature before the meeting happened, why he was in such a hurry. He didn't answer, just took the form and left. That's when I knew. They weren't waiting for me to break. They were building a file, a narrative, a record of stress and doubt and unreliable judgment. So when I walked into that review meeting, they'd already have the story written. The investigator who cracked under pressure, who saw things that weren't there, who needed help. But here's the thing they didn't plan for, the thing they couldn't see coming. 2 years ago, I helped someone on this base, a contractor. He faced something similar, different unit, different chain of command, same machine. I walked him through the process, helped him find the right channels, the right people, the ones outside the system who could hold the line when the system decided not to. He never forgot. And when I filed that report 72 hours ago, I sent him a message. One line, one request, a backup plan. Just in case the machine started moving the way I knew it would. I embedded the raw footage in a maintenance report. Boring, technical, the kind of file that gets routed through a dozen desks and no one reads. I tagged it with a code we'd agreed on, a signal, a green light. He pulled it, secured it, held it. And when the medical officer walked out with that unsigned form, I sent the second message, the one that said, "Go." The consequences arrived quietly. No sirens, no announcements, just a text 3 days later. Footage confirmed, metadata intact. Uploaded to a whistleblower platform outside military jurisdiction. Public record now. Untouchable. The general's son was placed on administrative leave within hours, pending investigation. Standard protocol. The same protocol they tried to bury under wellness checks and locked doors and the smell of bleach. The pressure stopped. No explanation. No apology. Just silence. The door unlocked. The nurse met my eyes. The medical officer didn't come back. I'm standing in my office now. There's a file on my desk. Someone left it while I was gone. The report I filed, the one they tried to erase, it's still there, still active, still moving through the system like it was supposed to from the start. My chest feels lighter. Not because I won, not because justice happened the way the book says it should, but because I'm still standing. Because one voice didn't get silenced. Because the footage is out there and no locked door can pull it back. Power protects itself until the cost of protection exceeds the cost of accountability. So here's my question for you. What would you risk to make sure one voice isn't silenced? What would you do if the system you trusted turned its machinery on you? Would you have a backup plan? Would you know who to call? Think about it. And if you've got a story like this, or if you've ever wondered what you'd do in that room, leave a comment. Let's talk about it. Because these stories don't end when the door unlocks. They end when we stop pretending the machine doesn't exist.